Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. So glad you could join us. By the way, if you missed that interview with, well, as Fox News likes to call him, the creepy porn lawyer, Michael Avenatti, you can check us out on Twitter. We'll post that in a little bit tonight. At the Vegas Take is our Twitter handle. So yesterday on the show, we had the owner of the D, Derek Stevens, and ownership of any casino. They always fascinate me because it's such an interesting business, and I have so much respect for people that run successful, huge businesses like casinos, right? So I'm a big fan of Ellis Island. I've been going there and doing karaoke with our friend Chris Wynn for, God, I don't even know how many years. I think when I started there, I had a full head of hair, and now I'm bald.
I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, well, I grow hair in all the wrong places, but that's another show, another segment for another show. But anyway, I do enjoy Ellis Island a lot. I think their barbecue there is unbelievable. And if you're not a huge gambler, you're not looking to spend an enormous amount of money, the table minimums are pretty manageable, I would say. And it's just a fun place to go to, man. They got great pizza there, great barbecue. It's fun. So I said, let's get some ownership in studio, right? And Anna Marie and Christina are the daughters of Gary who own Ellis Island. I said, let's get these two in studio. I want to get them in and talk a little bit about Ellis Island. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in studio. How are you?
We're great. Thank you much for having us.
Yeah, no problem. So there's a lot of, you see a lot of casinos with new renovations and stuff. Like I give Tropicana a lot of credit because I thought that was a complete dump like 6 or 7 years ago. And I thought they really did a good job revamping that casino. No way, shape, or form am I saying Ellis Island was a dump, so that's not what I'm trying to say.
Bite your tongue.
I've always enjoyed going there, but you guys have some pretty cool renovations, and I walk in there and I'm like, wow, this place looks different in a good way. Talk to me a little bit about what you guys have done there and some of the changes you have made.
Yeah, so we've definitely been doing a lot of cool things at Ellis Island. Started inside the casino floor and also with the acquisition of the hotel. So we are totally renovated. We have Ellis Island Hotel. Used to be a Super 8. Now it's brand new rooms. We're working on suites. We have cool suites. And then on the casino floor, just really been trying to spruce up everything. You know, it's an old building, so we try and do everything we can to keep it looking beautiful every day. But the biggest thing happening on site right now is definitely the front yard. So we're opening up a 2-story beer garden. It'll be 2 stories, 2 new bars, a whole new menu, live music venue that can be rented out for corporate events or just be a great place to come grab a beer after work. So
that's cool. And I think, you know, your restaurants are affordable, right? You go to some places on the Strip. I hope none of the sponsors are listening. And you can spend $300, $400, $500.
Let them listen.
My friend, a friend of mine, Mike Hammer, he's a magician. He does a show downtown. He went to sushi with a couple of his friends and spent $2,000 on sushi. That is insane.
That's completely unreasonable.
You can go to Ellis Island with $40 in your pocket, maybe do a little bit of gambling and have a nice meal, and you're not going crazy there, and you could have a really good time. Karaoke's free, right? You go into the bar there every night. The drinks are very, very well priced, and the karaoke's awesome. I walk in there sometimes, though. I'm a little intimidated, JD. I know you're a singer, right? I'm like average. You got some good singers over there. They take it very seriously. Right?
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. You could get someone from one spectrum to the other. So it's always a fun time in there.
No doubt. Okay, so we talked a little bit about those renovations. A big problem on the Strip is parking. A lot of locals don't like to pay to park. It is a pain in the ass. I'm cheap. I'm one of them. So you guys have your own parking garage there, and right? You're not charging, right? It's free.
It's free parking. Yep.
So what do you guys think about that? What do you think about, I'm not mentioning any names, Caesar's Properties, excuse me. But, you know, a lot of these casinos, they're charging to park. I would imagine that it pisses off a lot of locals. You know, what do you guys think about that when you first heard about that?
You know, the cool thing about Ellis Island and the kind of culture we've created there is we want to treat tourists like they're locals. And I think that having free parking for everybody is such a huge draw because of that, and really like fits in well with all the stuff that we do at Ellis.
Yeah, I think it really fits with our culture. Wouldn't really align with charging for parking when we're charging $2.50 for a 20-ounce microbrewery beer. So, I mean, I think it just goes along with, you know, the quality and the value that we have in the restaurants. People, you know, are flocking to value and, you know, not wanting to spend $50 for a steak.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah, we
find that at Ellis Island.
We really always say, you know, you're going to come to Vegas, you're going to have your night out on the Strip, and then we're here to like come and take care of you. Like we're going to have that $6.99 steak and eggs waiting for you when you like have reached enough of the Strip Vegas and you're looking to just like do Vegas like a local.
Sure. So I said this to Derek Stevens yesterday. I'm going to ask you guys the same question. You know, all I really own is an '04 Hyundai Elantra, so I don't know what it's like to own a lot of things, right? What is it like to walk into a casino? Not many people could say this. You guys and your dad owning a casino, walking around, you see all these customers gambling. Do you ever just stop for a second and say, wow, this is pretty cool? we own this place. I mean, I don't know. I know that's kind of but a lot of people don't get a chance to say that. I mean, it's pretty cool. You live in what I consider one of the best cities in the world. I love it here. I'd never want to leave this place. I have too many vices anyway. JD has a few. I have some too. But it's pretty cool.
I have zero vices. I'm perfect.
He's lying. That's not true. I have more than him though. No, but seriously though, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? You own a casino right there, a few blocks down the street from the strip. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, we have the best job in the world, right? We are in the business of helping people have the most fun time in the most fun place in the world. So, yeah, every day I feel like, and same for Anna, just walking on the casino floor, looking around, like the screams when somebody hits a jackpot or like the fun conversations at the bar. Yeah. It's cool to be, somewhat responsible for like creating this space for people to have an awesome time.
And
well,
it's sorry. And it's cool the positions that we're in right now because we are actually on the floor. We are talking to our guests on Twitter and every day. And, I'm calling new players every morning and thanking them for coming back in. So later meeting them and, buying them some barbecue. So it's a very personal experience.
I just got a text from our mutual friend that I wanted to share, Steve Sear, who is the super
Steve.
one of the best hosts on the planet, by the way, and he's a very good friend, and we always appreciate Steve. So he wanted to mention this, and I'm so glad he brought this up. Comping, right? You go to some of these casinos. Again, I won't mention any names. Did I already do that? I don't know. You go to these big corporations, right? Not all of them, but most of them. You lose $500, which isn't a lot of money in the grand scheme of things for a casino owner, especially these bigger casinos. You lose $500. You're lucky if you get a stick of gum comped, right? It's a joke and it's ridiculous. But you walk into Ellis Island. I think South Point's another one that comes to mind. They do a great job comping people as well. You guys do a really good job comping people, right? If somebody loses some money, you want to at least give them a meal. You want to take care of them so they come back, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's really the goal, is to make sure that they know that they're taken care of, that they're getting a personal experience, and that we value their play. We do pretty aggressive offers with our hotel. Anyone that walks in that has a player's card can get the steak special for $9.99. So even if you're coming in playing $5, we're still taking care of you.
And blackjack also pays 3-2, which is important because a lot of these casino owners that just want to take advantage of the customers, they want to change the odds and making them even worse for the players, which I think is completely ridiculous. And a lot of tourists, they won't even notice things like that, right? The locals do, and the professional gamblers do, or so-called professionals do. But a lot of the tourists, I think it's taking advantage of them. And you want tourists, obviously, to frequent your establishment. But let's be honest here. The majority of the people, for the most part, that enter your casino are locals, right? You want those people coming back. Am I wrong in saying that?
You know what? The craziest thing has happened at Ellis Island, and people are coming to town and they want to find the things that locals do, and they're doing more research. And right now there are so many more tourists coming to Ellis Island than locals. I mean, we still have, don't get me wrong, our very strong core group of locals, but it's fun because we have all of these tourists that are like, it's like we're the best kept secret that everybody wants to talk about. It's like the secret's out, whether it's your Uber driver or your concierge or your bartender on the strip. If you say, where should I go? They're going to tell you, go to Ellis Island.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. We're so thankful.
No doubt. What is the most money that anybody won in your casino, and were you there to see it?
I wasn't there, but somebody won $1 million.
Someone did, yeah. Just this last year, 725.
That's like 800,000 dinners at Ellis Island. That's like,
we did the math for this most recent one. It's like so many barbecue dinners. It's
a slot machine, obviously.
Yeah, it was a progressive.
The barbecue, which has been mentioned twice, it is the best in Las Vegas, and it's not even a conversation. And it's what, $8?
We're not. Yeah.
Well, the barbecue is $18. With the player's card, you can get it down to $13.
And we're not getting sponsored by Ellis Island.
No, absolutely not.
Hopefully that'll change. But
we'll comp you guys some barbecue.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So here's something I didn't know about you guys. You guys own the Mount Charleston Lodge. I last time I went up there was with my ex-fiance. We don't want to talk about that, but no, it's a really awesome place out there. So when did you guys take ownership of that?
We acquired it about a year ago in April of last year, and it has been the coolest new thing to have as part of the company. It's awesome that it's such a landmark and a thing that so many locals hold so near and dear to their heart. It is awesome to have it as part of our family of brands. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there, and I ordered two. I believe they were like hot alcoholic beverages. Does that sound right?
The Mount Charleston coffee,
or the coffee.
And that was amazing. It was a very, very interesting change of pace.
I'm going to need one of those after this show, by the way. All the people attacking us on Twitter for having Michael Avenatti on. So if you're just joining us, we're speaking with Anna Marie and Christina, owners of Ellis Island, with their dad, Gary, of course. And I want to take a few phone calls on this. So maybe you can ask these two lovely ladies a question about Ellis Island. It's not every day you get to talk to people that own casinos, although if you're listening to the show yesterday, you also had that opportunity. But it's rare. It's rare, right? Let me give out the number for those of you that want to join us. The number is 257-5396, 702-257-5396. So this might seem like something stupid, but if somebody asks you a really, really, really good question, maybe you can give them a prize, maybe a comp to the barbecue or something. Is that possible?
Yeah, best question gets free barbecue.
Ooh,
how about that? I can promise that.
Okay.
And a beer.
Oh, I like that. So here's what we're going to do. You call in, you ask these two lovely ladies a question. If we really like your question, we're going to take down your number, and you're going to win free barbecue and drinks at Ellis Island. So give us a call right now. That's a good prize. 257-5396 is the number to call. Again, the number to call if you want to be a part of the program. You got to go on the air. You got to ask them a question, and if you do, and we like the question, you are going to win free barbecue and drinks at Ellis Island. Again, that number to call, 702-257-5396. Again, that number, 257-5396. By the way, since we were talking a little bit about karaoke, what are some of the best karaoke songs to sing to impress a lady at Ellis Island? Give us those.
Wow.
I'm putting you on. I know I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry, but I had to ask that question. Our friend Chris wanted to ask that. So.
Oh, you got any?
I was going to say "Like a Virgin," Madonna. I don't know. I don't know if that would be it, but
really, any song that a guy sings that can get the whole room to sing along with him, so he seems like a hero. That's going to really like check some boxes for me.
Like Mariah Carey, "Hero." If a guy sang that.
That's it. You guessed it.
I'll sing like an alternative rock song, like a Stone Temple Pilots song from the 90s. Nobody cares.
And you get bottles thrown at you.
But if I go Sir Mix-a-Lot, I like big butts. Everyone starts singing and people start humping
Then the
me on
game is
stage.
over
So,
at that point.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, so the phone lines are lighting up here. So you guys are going to have to tell me which question you like the most. We have all their numbers on caller ID anyway, so you don't have to give your numbers out to our producer. All right, let's start out with Joe. Joe, you are on with Anna Marie and Christina. What's your question?
Well, Anna Marie and Christina, when I came to Vegas a while ago, I came here looking for my wife, and then I got to be talking to some locals. They told me you need to be looking for a sugar mama. And so I wanted to ask, are you ladies sugar mamas?
Oh boy, I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think you're gonna win free barbecue, Joe. I don't know if they want. I don't know if they want to answer that question, Joe. You want to take a shot at that? I don't think Joe has a chance.
Are we old enough to be sugar mamas?
Joe, they're both 12 years old. I mean, what are you, a pedophile? Anyway, I'm sorry, Joe. I got to go to the next caller.
Next.
Joe, you've had better calls.
Yeah, I think I remember the Price is Right. Is
that Joe, the cab driver?
Yeah, sorry, Joe. You don't win. 257-5396. Let's go to Ron. Ron, you are on with Anna Marie and Christina. Go ahead, Ron. What's your question?
Well, I called about the karaoke nights, and you guys were talking about it just as I was talking to your speaker here, call clear. But anyway, what I wanted to ask the ladies is, do they have like people that come in and do Elvis, and do they have
Good question.
Impersonators coming in there and doing the shows?
Good question. Go ahead. Answer that one. Good question, Ron. Thank you.
Yeah, so we actually have our Elvis live show every Friday and Saturday at 5 o'clock, and he actually does a full Elvis show for about an hour and a half in our karaoke lounge, and he also is a dealer on our blackjack table. So after the show, you can catch him doing. He doesn't perform in the pit anymore, but
do you have any bald, white, 39-year-old radio host impersonators? You don't. That's too bad. That's unfortunate.
Not yet.
We're looking. We'll send you the app.
That was a better question than the first question, so you are in the runnings. Let's go to Mary. Mary, thanks for calling in. What's on your mind? Mary, are you there? Go ahead, Mary.
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, ladies. Love the casino. I'm a local. Been going there probably since we moved here from Chicago.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. It just love the homey feel, the hometown feel, actually. So anyway, we started going there, and I guess I have more of a short story, than a question, and that is, when my father came through on Ellis Island from Italy, they spelled his name wrong. So he always kind of complained about Ellis Island my entire life growing up, of how they spelled his name wrong, and he's had to live with it for his entire life. He's passed now. He was a Chicago policeman. He was a Chicago policeman for 36 years. But so that's why we went to Ellis Island when we first moved here 7 years ago. I'm like, we have to go there. So it's been one of our favorites for the past 7 years.
Well,
so
even though, Mary, even though that is not a question, you are certainly in the running. And we have your phone number, right, Johnny? We have your number. So we will keep it on tap here. And I appreciate that story. Thank you, Mary.
And we can chime in and say we got the last name Ellis when our great-grandfather came through Ellis Island from Italy. So maybe we're related, Mary.
That is very, very cool. Okay, so the number to call is 257-5396. Again, 702-257-5396. We're here with Anna Marie and Christina and their father, Gary, of course, owners of Ellis Island. The best question, we are going to give you free barbecue and drinks, so that's pretty cool. I should probably join them. 257-5396. Go to John. John, thanks for calling in. What's your question, John?
Hi, ladies. With all the remodeling that you're doing over there, what are you guys going to do with that big swordfish that's over by the Metro Pizza area? And are you going to leave Metro Pizza in there after you're done remodeling too?
So, yes, Metro Pizza is staying. We love them. They're amazing. And the swordfish has actually come down quite a few years ago. It's safe in storage, but that fish is like a replica, I guess, of an actual fish our dad caught in Hawaii, which is just the most
like a 950-pound fish he caught on his honeymoon.
Like the largest fish on the island, record holding. So, but we would love to bring that back out. Maybe it can make an appearance in the front yard.
Is it also true, though, that all your casino employees get 2 free drinks, right? And you have 13 village pubs at McCarran. That's according to Steve Sear.
Oh, well, we no longer have the 2-drink rule for employees, but everyone
Steve Sear, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
It's okay. It's okay. Everyone in the casino industry gets their first drink free at Ellis Island.
Good question. I think he's in the running. Let's go to Tony. Tony, you're next on the Vegas Take with Anna Marie and Christina. What's your question, Tony? Tony, did we lose you?
No, I'm there.
Okay, we got you, Tony. Tony, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I can tell you what's on my mind. I met my wife at Ellis Island 9 years ago.
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, in the sports book. She worked at American Airlines. I was visiting friends that were actually staying at Caesars. And we met my brother, who is at Ellis Island a lot. He's a pizza fanatic.
That is cool.
I met my wife in the sports book. She was off work. She worked at American Airlines, got off at the airport. That's where we met.
There is nothing more romantic than meeting your wife at William Hill Sportsbook. Let me just tell you that. To me, that is. If I ever get married,
Brian,
I'm going to meet my woman there.
That's a true fairy tale.
Yeah, I'll either meet my woman at the poker table or at William Hill. Yes.
But we went back to New Jersey to get married.
That's cool. That is a great story. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, Tony, you are in the running, my friend. Okay, we have your number. Thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. 257-5396, again, the number to call if you have a question, and a good one for Anna Marie or Christina, partial owners of Ellis Island. If you ask a great question, you will get free barbecue and free drinks. Should we take some more calls? Well, okay, so far, who is your favorite call? That was Tony, who just called in last. I believe it was Mary that called in. I think she should be in the running too, but I'm not picking the winner. It's you guys that are picking the winner here. Who do you think we should pick so far? I don't know if we should take more calls. I have more questions for you guys myself, but I mean, you're gonna have to decide here. Who do you think? I hate to say you lose, you win, but we don't want to give 12 people free barbecue. That's too much. Who do you think should be the winner here?
We think the swordfish question was
the swordfish question.
He's a true Ellis Islander,
and it means he hasn't been in a while because the swordfish has been gone for a couple years.
He's got to come back.
Have you ever ate swordfish? By the way, I've never had swordfish.
I've only seen the movie with John Travolta.
All right,
which was delightful.
So Johnny, that is our winner. Okay, the guy who claimed swordfish. I don't remember his name though. That's the problem. Do you guys remember his name?
John?
Was it John? Okay, well we'll have to go back and listen to the audio.
Sorry.
Unfortunately, it's going to be a pain in the ass for our producer to have to go back and figure that. But he does a great job, and we're just going to give him more responsibility now. He screens our calls, he presses all the buttons, he plays the ads, he does everything, and now he's got to go back. But Johnny, I apologize. I hope that's okay. He's saying no problem.
He gets free barbecue.
Yeah, he gets barbecue too.
Oh, Johnny, you just scored some free barbecue, so it's worth it. Okay. Well, that was a very good question, Mr. Swordfish Man. I don't remember your name, but Mr. Swordfish, you are our winner, and you just scored free barbecue and drinks And that place the barbecue is so good, it's second to none.
So for how successful Ellis Island is, you guys actually give back a lot, and you're about to win an award for that. Talk about that, please.
Yeah, so we have done a lot of work with different charities over the years. We have a Halloween party of year for candlelighters, and then just have gotten involved in different organizations like Girl Scouts and really the whole spectrum. But this year we've been lucky enough to get involved with JDRF, which is the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. And so we are being honored by them on Friday, and it's very fun because you get to pick the theme of the gala when you're being honored, and we're doing a vintage Las Vegas theme.
Wow, that's kind of cool, man. I like it. I like it. So, do you guys gamble at all? Is it bad for business if you say no? I mean, $20 on a game or something. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I am such a sucker for those bonuses on the vintage Batman slot machine. That is my favorite thing.
My friend, listen, I want people to go into your casino and gamble, but a friend of mine, Chris Wynn, he loves your establishment. He's there all the time. But he plays this game called Caveman Keno, okay? And it's just you press a button and, hey, Shap, he calls me Shap. Hey, Shap, I'm trying to get the eggs. I'm trying to hit 3 eggs. And he plays this game, and he loses like all the time. And I say, why don't you play video poker? I've won money in your place playing craps, playing poker, because I think video poker, because I think you have a fighter's chance. But he loses all this money with Caveman Keno. If you had a chance to talk to a casual gambler and they wanted to be introduced to gambling in your casino, what advice would you give to them in your casino? What should you play? What stakes? That sort of deal.
I think it just depends on what they're comfortable with, but it also depends on if you're interested in playing something just that you're going to be hitting a button like a slot machine, or if you want some, you want to think about a little bit more with video poker. That's more interesting to me, either blackjack or video poker. But
yeah, also a lot of people, I mean, I know that our dealers at Ellis are great at teaching people how to play. So if you come, they'll show you, if you've never played craps before, how to play blackjack, anything in the pit. So
and that's good advice. I find that a lot of people, they're a little intimidated by table games, right? But the good thing, you're right, you guys teach people, the dealers are teaching people, and the stakes are very, very low. Don't you? What is it? Do you have like $5 blackjack? Is that any lower than $5?
$5, yeah.
See, okay, $5 blackjack, I'd probably still lose a lot of money. But I mean, you have to have some really bad luck to lose a couple Benjis if you're playing $5 a hand, right?
Yeah,
as long as you know what you're doing. Longer. And then the craps tables are pretty low as well, right? So you got low stakes there, man. See, if I'm a tourist and I don't gamble a lot and I want to come in and have a good time, that's the place I'd want to go to. I wouldn't want to go to a place where they have $25 or even $50 minimums. You could lose a lot of money really fast. That's not good. That's not good.
So what's the capacity of the new front yard, and what kind of music do you ladies expect to have there?
So the capacity is about 250 people. On the bottom floor, around 200, maybe like 175, and then it's because it's 2 stories. But music-wise, we want to feature as many local artists as possible. We already have, some artists that'll play happy hours and brunches at Ellis now, so definitely want to get them out there and get them on stage. But also we're kind of looking at the entertainment program right now. Like, we want to know what everybody wants to hear, and then and just kind of fill that void for what people think is missing in town.
Well, one of these days we have to do our show out of Ellis Island. We have to do an Ellis Island remote, and Steve Sear has to co-host the show with us.
He will
That
MC.
is the rule. Yes, we have to figure something like that out, or at the very least, you have to have some karaoke contest. And because since we are professional singers, myself and JD Sharp, we need to be professional celebrity judges. We have to work something like that out.
I know that. Yeah, work that
we have to do that. Well, thank you both so much for coming in studio. We really appreciate it. We hope we can do it again sometime. I want you guys in studio. I want Steve Sear right in the middle next time. Actually, we'd love to have your dad come in too. That'd be cool. We'd love to have your dad come in one of these days.
Talk about how he actually got that. How do you get a 950-pound fish in? How does that work?
Hours and hours. You ask my mom that story.
We got to talk to Gary about that. But thank you again so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Hope we can do it again sometime.
Thank you so much.
That was a lot of fun. So if you missed our interview with these two lovely ladies, Anna Marie or Christina from Ellis Island, we're going to post that on our SoundCloud page, The Vegas Take, and on Twitter. Our handle is @TheVegasTake. Michael Avenatti. That conversation probably will continue into tomorrow as well. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. The legend himself, Ken Thompson, coming up next on The Vegas Take on the all-new 101.5 FM, 720 AM KDWN.